Alright, hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in once again to the Black Box Podcast. BBOR, Black Box Online Radio. I did one upload on a conspiracy theory that was related to the Kardashian family, and specifically Kim Kardashian, and brought in some of Robert Kardashian's old baggage and the O.J. Simpson case. Well, that came from Marie Claire, of all places, somewhere that I don't frequent too much. But they had this whole list of conspiracy theories that were not only associated with the Kardashians, but all of the entertainment industry. And that was something that I couldn't really stay away from. Now, when we have something of this nature, it's like, I know these things are silly, and I also know that they aren't super popular to talk about in the far-off corners of YouTube like this one. But, I want to talk about now the theory of Kanye West and the Illuminati, because we're not only talking about Kanye, it's also involving Beyonce, of course Jay-Z, now Kim Kardashian West, if you want to call her that, and none other than Taylor Swift. This theory on Marie Claire was talking about how back in 2009, Kanye West inducted Taylor Swift into the Illuminati. There was a very famous episode at the VMAs where he stole the mic away from her and said he would let her finish, but he had to praise Beyonce for her work on that song about the single ladies or some shit like that. I'm not going to lie to you, I was not a fan of that song about, putting a ring on it and whatever. It was just like, what's the big deal? It's just the same lines over and over again. And someone was like, yeah, but those dance moves are sexy. I'm like, so you deserve an award for it? I mean, this is why people hate pop music anyway, it's just like very simple lines and just prancing around in a leotard is what you have to do to win awards at the VMAs, I suppose. But enough about that. Someone absolutely ripped my head off, once because I said I didn't like that song. Alright, you can insult me for my taste in music, but I was not a fan. Anyway, when we have that theory, what does this have to do with the Illuminati? Well, Jay-Z and Kanye West and Beyonce are all people who have not only risen to fame, but they also hold a substantial amount of power in the sense that they're connected to entrepreneurial things, they are extremely wealthy, and they have a sphere of influence. So anytime we have this stuff, we sort of have the Illuminati theories going on. But are they actually involved with this? Well, the theory is that when Kanye West took the mic away from Taylor Swift, that was her initiation into the Illuminati, and Taylor Swift became one of them. And even if you think about it, Kanye, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, three, right? Those are three people, just like 3 points on a triangle. Yeah, right? Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath before all the shit just starts hitting the fan. Actually, a lighter theory that was actually associated with this was that Kanye West and Taylor Swift were working together, and this was actually a way to boost up her career. This was a way to give her just more fame, more attention, more notoriety, and, because Kanye was more famous at the time. But, let's get away from that as well. I know it's not the most entertaining thing to hear, but it's just like, I'm really amazed about how many people get away with this stuff. Like, somebody was just sending me, these screenshots of all of these things about how the music industry and the Illuminati were intertwined. And I'm like, I know what this is. This is from Mark Dice's book, The Illuminati in the Music Industry, or whatever he titled it. But it's like, I know where you're getting this from, and it's just like, these theories are just like, hey, look, a triangle. It's the Illuminati. Hey, look, an eyeball. It's the Illuminati. Hey, look, 2 lines on Katy Perry's dress cross. It's a Knights Templar cross, which is connected to the Illuminati. And I was like, I mean, the thing with Mark Dice is, he says everything so, emotionlessly, that you can't really detect, that there's any chance that this would be a hoax. So he really sounds like he genuinely believes what he says. And, he'll show you something true. Yeah, there are two lines on Katy Perry's dress that cross sometimes, and triangles do have three sides, I suppose. So there's this sort of, trying to make these sort of connections to very simple things. I really have to say these sort of Illuminati and music industry things aren't really that impressive. And I know it's more entertaining to just blow these conspiracy theories out of proportion. But what I think, is actually more entertaining to talk about is the likelihood that somebody like Kanye West would actually try to help Taylor Swift's career. I mean, it's like arranging a publicity stunt. I mean, that actually sounds like a story that you can go with. That actually sounds like something that you can investigate and find out whether or not it's true. But, just sort of to be like, hey, there's a triangle in this one music video. Okay, the Illuminati's trying to brainwash you and get you to buy things, and why does the Illuminati have to be involved? Why can't this just be the record companies trying to brainwash you and get you to buy things? I was very disheartened when I found out that car companies and alcohol companies and jewelry companies will pay famous pop musicians and hip-hop artists to incorporate their brand names into their lyrics. And I heard that way back on the television years and years ago, and maybe back like 2011, 2012, or else I would provide you guys with the source link. But I did hear that, and it's like, I don't know, to me that sort of sound like that's what really depreciates the quality of music, when it's like, you wrote a song because you were paid to endorse a brand. It's not enough to do a commercial. You have to pretend like, it's something that you're so passionate you would write music about. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But back to the Illuminati. Is Kanye West in the Illuminati? Unlikely. Does the Illuminati actually control the world? Unlikely. Why? Well, it's this whole notion that Daniel Pipes talked about 20 years ago, when it's just, there are two theories that will always keep coming back. And one of them is the secret society conspiracy theory. Always that there is this secret group that is working behind the scenes to control how people are thinking. That's just something that we have, since back to the Middle Ages, we've had that sort of theory going along. And, people like Mark Dice can really benefit from this because, listen, if it does not exist, he can't prove that it doesn't exist. Or at the very least, it would be illogical to try and prove the negative. So it's, people really get away with a lot of these things. And, I guess that about wraps it up. I was just very surprised that they were trying to go with Taylor Swift was being inducted into the Illuminati, when I was like, the theory seemed, so much more plausible that some guy like Kanye just wants to kind of do a fake publicity stunt to not only get more attention for himself, which he loves, but actually to boost somebody else's career. I don't know. At least that's a nice thing to do or something. Why does everything have to be evil? Why do we all have to be controlled by evil secret societies? What's so wrong with a story, a conspiracy theory that actually involved helping somebody? Alright, well that's all from me. Sorry for trying to kill anybody's fun with seeing three sides of a triangle and thinking it's some evil voodoo secret society. But yeah, I drank a lot of Diet Coke and I got a little hyped up. Alright, well that's all from me. Until next time.